This is a story about war. It's a story about communism and capitalism, the USSR and the United States, and one unlikely global superpower. The year was 1959. Tension between the United States and the Soviet Union was reaching a fevered pitch. In an effort to present the goods of US culture, then President Eisenhower and Premier Nikita Khrushchev agreed to hold the American National Exhibition in Soloniki Park, Moscow. Khrushchev and Vice President Richard Nixon were both in attendance, representing their sides of the world. The exhibition brought American fashion, cars, houses, art, even model kitchens to be showcased. It'd be no surprise that tensions between Nixon and Khrushchev mirrored their geopolitical feud, with several lengthy and heated debates breaking out between the two world leaders. At one point during the exhibition, a fiery argument between Nixon and Khrushchev about the topic of capitalism and communism broke out. The discussion got so intense that there was only one person, one product, one saving grace that could defuse the situation. And this is where our story starts. In a planned moment orchestrated by Pepsi-Cola and Nixon, then Vice President of Pepsi, Donald Kendall, handed Premier Khrushchev a glass of cold, refreshing Pepsi-Cola. This was the first time someone from the Soviet Union was able to taste the American drink. And, like many people, he was a fan. So much a fan that years later he would allow Pepsi to be brought into the Soviet Union so everyone could have a taste of the sweet beverage. However, there was one problem getting the drink over there. At this time, the official currency of the Soviet Union was the ruble, which wasn't being traded outside of the USSR. So the Soviets paid for Pepsi with something only Russia could provide in large amounts. The US and the USSR traded Pepsi for Russia's government-owned Stolichnaya vodka, a vodka brand that, due largely to this deal, is still around in America today. The plan orchestrated by Nixon and Donald Kendall worked. Not only was Pepsi an American company in the Soviet Union, but it was a hit. Popularity with Pepsi grew and grew over the years, so much so that it became a status symbol among Soviet citizens, and by the late 1980s, over 1 billion servings of Pepsi were being enjoyed yearly. The Soviets loved Pepsi, and Pepsi wanted to expand. With their initial agreement expiring, the USSR realized that a new trade deal with Pepsi was going to cost more than liquor. In order to keep Pepsi-Cola within their borders, they're going to have to give up an arm and a leg, or in this case, an armada and a leg. The second agreement between the Soviet Union and Pepsi included the following: a cruiser, a frigate, a destroyer, 17 submarines worth an approximate $150,000 each, and, of course, more Stolichnaya vodka. A deal that would be worth a grand total of $3 billion. The largest deal between an American company and the Soviet Union. At this point in time, Pepsi was no longer just a soft beverage company. This exchange made them the 6th largest military in the world. This trade allowed PepsiCo to expand their reach in the Soviet Union, effectively doubling the number of plants they had to 50 and opening 2 Pizza Hut restaurants. While it seemed like nothing could stop the literally bulletproof corporation and newly minted military power known as PepsiCo, like all stories, this one had to end.
Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev has been removed from power, and there are tanks now in the streets of Moscow.
In 1991, the Soviet Union fell, and Don Kendall's masterpiece barter began to crumble alongside. The deal with the now non-existent Soviet Union fell to pieces, with Pepsi having to work with 15 different countries now. At this point, it was clear that the citizens of the formerly Soviet nations had grown tired of PepsiCo products, and Pepsi's main rival, Coke, entered the market and established themselves as the main cola in the new jigsaw of small nations that were once the Iron Curtain. The story of the PepsiCo military continues today, not through boots and ships, but by a corporate armada of 23 food and beverage brands generating $1 billion annually. This stranglehold on the food industry, and with Russia still being their second biggest market, is stronger than any military they've had in the past. So, the story continues.